Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and I am the host for Cosmic Conversations on Tuesday. I just want to say that I am grateful for being able to bring these podcasts to you and these great guests. I'm also grateful because you're watching, you're sharing, you are letting others know of all the good stuff that's happening. And I'm also glad because some of you are able to make it here in the audience live. So if you ever want to make it, please do. We are we do open the meeting at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we start the show at 7:30 Eastern. Just so you understand that wherever you are, try to adjust the time zone, but that's how we work it. If you haven't been to Conscious Awakening Network, please do so. Look around. If you want to sign up, subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, but you want to catch up on all the Cosmic Conversations programs that have happened, and you can just sign up for free. And it's right there. You just give your name, email address, and you will be able to have access to all that. Now, today we have one of my besties, and she is phenomenal, great conduit of healing energy in whatever she does. So it isn't just, Reiki, it isn't just energy. She does a whole bunch of different things, and she's going to tell us all about herself. And the great news that today, this very same day, that button was pushed and she published her latest book. So she will tell us all about that too. Hi, Mary. Hi,
Hi,
beautiful.
how are you?
Well, doing great. The only thing I'm sad about is that we live so far away that I cannot go and get you to do my facials and stuff like that. Because,
There's got to be a way that you can come in at least for a weekend, because it's what I'm getting is the feedback I'm getting is all the upper chakra work that we do together
Mhm.
is just phenomenal. It it moves everyone to a different direction.
Good.
And it makes me feel good that okay, I'm at that point in my life where okay, I found it. All
Right.
this stuff that I had to go through uh,
Mm-hmm.
and learn, I'm
Mm-hmm.
there. And I went back in time because this is what I originally was going to be. Um, as I wanted this as a career, I wanted to be in cosmetology and doing facials. I
Mm-hmm.
was 16. I graduated early. I all I did was study and get great grades for tests, but I actually was able to graduate early and I had nothing to do. So my mom said, "Go to beauty school." And I did. But at that time, I was supposed to get on a bus. And my mom, who
Mm-hmm.
was an amazing, still is, an amazing spiritualist, she was like, no, you're not going with a whole bunch of people I don't know. You know, the Cuban
The
thing.
Cuban, yeah.
No, you're not going anywhere. Just do my curlers and, do it for your mom and your family. So I never graduated. Long story short, I ended up with a degree as an early childhood educator. Uh, I have my own medical billing company, singer-songwriter. I have a full-fledged studio upstairs. My husband and I are full sale recording engineers. My daughter is second generation, but not as an engineer, as a computer animator. But we all work upstairs in our studio. And then, of course, I started writing, and here we are. This is my third book, and it's so odd. I went back. I started school at 16, and here I am at 61, and I am doing what I love. I found it. I found it. It was there all along. I was just too busy getting downloads, too busy teaching, too busy, I guess,
Yeah.
preparing for it. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I saw. That's what I
Okay.
I envisioned afterwards when I sat down. I'm like, but yeah, I did my first book was there was a need years ago, even before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
There was a need for help with awakening, spiritual awakenings. It was just being dogged down too much. And you know, my celestial or my galactic shaman, Alana,
Right.
she was very adamant about getting a book out there, and she wanted people to understand that a spiritual awakening was indeed a cause for celebration. It's
Right.
how we were conditioned to believe that it was not, and how we
Correct.
had to move away from that. So I wrote my first book, If I Knew Then What I Know Now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think she gave me um, that title, and it goes for anything. I can say that every single day because I learned something new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there was a need for the first children's Reiki Level 1 book, which happens to be Reiki for me. And that book, I don't think I have one here. Yes, I do. That book, that was just so much fun to do. Honestly, it was just too much.
There you go.
And it has coloring pages, and we talk about auras, and uh, we have Chakra Charlie and Aurora Aura. So they're all over the book, and they explain to kids um, how divine they are from the moment they're children. Um, and it opens up a brand new uh, vision for them, understanding that they can do Reiki on themselves at the tender age that they have, but it's up to the parent, because this book was written for a family to do it together. And then the parents, of course, they're the ones that will decide at the end if the child gets the attunement or not.
Right.
Most of the ones that I have taught at the office or at the spa, they have gotten their attunements and they're doing great. We're looking at children that were not really thriving in school or at home and had a little bit of conduct issues, and that
Mm-hmm.
just went away. That just
Mm-hmm.
it just worked. And then, of course, this last one, when I started working as an esthetician, and I got my spa right off the bat. I just went right off the bat into my spa. Um, I started what I felt. People would always tell me, "Oh, but aren't you drained? Aren't you drained when you finish the the end of the day?" And I was like, "Well, there must be something wrong because I'm not. I there's got to be something wrong. I must be doing something wrong because that's the first thing you think." And because everybody's telling you, "Oh my God, at the end of the day, I feel so drained. I did this, and then a Reiki session, and I did this and this," and I'm sitting there and I'm going, "Oh no, oh no, I'm doing something wrong. I am really screwing this one up." And I started allowing the energies to really come through, and it wasn't until I started feeling the authenticity jump in to the session that I started understanding, what the heck am I doing? I've got this head, I've got the crown chakra, they're laying down. That crown chakra is right on my heart chakra, and they're not only is their thymus gland looking up, but their third eye has the perfect position.
Mm-hmm.
And every single, now I'm not saying that everybody was open to energy healing or what have you, but that quantum energy, the quantum understanding, that quantum opportunity opened every single time, whether the person believed or not, whether the person came there to receive or not. And while I had them there, I was like, oh, I can do so much more. So I started with the guided meditations and aromatherapy, and then I brought in red light. Then I brought in my sound bowls, which were just sitting at the house doing nothing because I was working most of the time. Um, and I started using everything little by little. It was, I was receiving, but I wasn't receiving from out there. I was receiving from the person that was not speaking a word, but was sending that information. And there's, where I started saying, we have a lot of holistic estheticians. I went through to some because I wanted to know what they did, and I
Right.
wanted to know what it felt like. And it was, I'm not going to mention names, but there were plenty that, even in the school, there were plenty that it was you did the whole thing, the whole facial and stuff, and then they would get either a koshi bell or a chime, or they would get a tuning fork, and they would just pass it through a couple of times, and then you would hear, yeah, you would hear the, because your eyes were closed, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, and I wasn't feeling anything. So Reiki, sometimes you feel,
Yeah.
sometimes you
So we
don't, right?
do. Right.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Most
So
of the times for us, we do. But
I'm always a nut. So um, so I'm there, and I'm like, so again, that authenticity, uh, consciousness
mm-hmm.
came back
Yeah.
into the facials. Then um, one day I started just writing. I said, somebody needs to know this. Somebody needs to get in a whole mess of trouble and write a book and hit them where it hurts, and you know get them to become authentic.
We stir the pot every once in a while.
Huh?
We
Which
stir the pot every once in a while.
girl, I got that cauldron going,
Oh.
girl. And so I started writing.
Mm-hmm.
My Nico, he was my furry um, familiar. He passed away August 28th of 2023. August, no, 2022 or 23. I think it was 23. And then I immediately just ran to school. I already had the knowledge for the facials and for all of that. I just needed to pass the class and take the tests, and that's it. That's all I did. And
Right.
that's exactly what I did. And um, I'll never forget that I was sitting, and the information just started, like, it sounded and it felt like bubbles. It was bubbles, 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 bubbles. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Maybe it's my ear. Maybe I had too much water in it. Whatever. And so I sat down and I started writing. And 3 years later, comes this last month, now in September, I finished the book. And I was not expecting um, 378 pages. Um, I was not expecting 7 pages only of in the table of contents. But everything had to be said, and I heard when it said stop at 377, stop. Um, that's going to be for the next book. I'm I have no brain cells right now left over. I'm waiting to get some more neurons to, connect again, because I I don't. I just don't. But I I brought back the true path of Reiki, which
Okay.
again I'm going to get a lot of slack for,
Mm-hmm.
because in the traditional Eastern Usui Ryoho, there is no chakras. We work with no chakras. It is just your ki, your chi, your ki.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so there's, and instead of attunements, you get blessings. But where do you get blessings from? You get blessings from the tree nation. You get blessings from the soil nation. You get blessings from the star nation. So you have a lot, and a lot of diehard Reiki masters, one of which is one of my clients is like, because she is in the Western. I have to. I have to work on my authenticity, not hers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is the biggest lesson that I learned in the book. Then, of course, the epidermis, the interconnectedness of the skin and body, mind and spirit. Guys, our skin is alive. Our skin talks. Our skin is alive. It's just communicates with us, right? But then I started writing about that. I started um, understanding why, well, I did not understand why I was moving into the energetic body and skin manifestations. I didn't understand why that became such a big deal. And then all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
I'm, I'm writing about how the skin is a boundary and a bridge, but not for me. The skin is a boundary and a bridge to our spiritual world. It
Mm-hmm.
if you look at it, it truly is. It's our container. It's our container. It's what contains one of the most beautiful creations that God ever made. Yeah, thank you for the body, but you made something better, and it's inside that body. Um, so yeah, I mean, it it then exploded. I just started talking about the cell's powerhouse, the mitochondria, guys. Oh my God. Um, it's a huge role. It supports the actual electricity that brings our cells back to life. Spirituality was separated from science, and they could not have done a worse disservice to the human population um, ever, because they both go together. And all of a sudden, I'm bringing in the quantum glow, I'm bringing in synergy, I'm bringing in the energetic methodology that actually fuel the mitochondria. I am bringing in then the astrological and alchemical correspondences of the mitochondria, um, and then the impact of releasing touch, especially when we're doing massages and all of that. So I brought in crystals. All of a sudden, the crystal nation was like, well, now you have to talk about us and what we're doing. And I'm like, I was going to stop the book. Oh, no, no, no. This is, we need, and that's the energy that they have. It's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
we need that energy. You need to explain why the Crystal Nation needs to be addressed here. Then how the bodies work in alchemy, but then the astrological uh, work that the body here on this earth, on this plane, and then how to connect, how an esthetician, how a holistic esthetician needs to connect to the higher guidance. I explained to them how to do it. And then, what is oxygen technology? Why does anybody know that cells breathe? How does microcurrent and nanocurrent devices help us to connect even more with self and with the energies around us? So it
And not only that, but it
uh-huh,
also helps us connect to our galactic families
that's it.
because we're not having just a body. We're actually connecting on a more spiritual level, a higher level of vibrations.
Correct. So every touch you're giving your client, why
Hmm.
not? Why not? Why would you not bring in astrology, what you know about astrology? Why not bring in the aromatherapy that belongs to that birth
Hmm.
chart? Why
Hmm.
not synthesize ancient wisdom, quantum principles, and channeled guidance for that person? Why not while you have them there? This is, estheticians have the benefit and the luck of actually having willing participants without you going against them. Those
Right.
that are willing, you don't need to ask. You don't need them to verbally say. It is an energetic exchange that
Hmm.
happens between you and your client. And then, when you integrate the sound healing with
Hmm.
astrology, with alchemy, with it just became such a huge book with so much in it. Even sanitation came to, hello, let's talk about that. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're not, oh, yes, we are, because you remember cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes, it is. Here we are, and we're going to talk about it. So even that, and then of course the head spa, that's the big thing. Who knows about a head spa? Have you guys ever had a head spa? Have you guys even seen what that is? That is a head spa is so okay. So it's very quiet. Obviously, when I'm doing this, I am not speaking, not like today. And it is a holistic dash spiritual convergence of energy using the element of water.
Hmm.
And what we're doing is we are working the piezoelectricity on the scalp. We are using our hands for healing. We are using what we understand. We're working with the crown chakra. Everything from the chest up, that is what you're working with, just like when you're working, you're doing facials and all of that. But
Hmm.
here comes that symphony of senses where you're done with the facial, your client is laying down, you're using the element of water. You are now using holistic preparations, whether it's hibiscus flowers or powder, or cacao. We use a lot of cacao. Um, we have a lot of pineapple enzymes, aloe, you name it. Anything that is natural, it's what we're using. And here is where then you have this wonderful opportunity while you have your client laying down in that beautiful halo that you put on their head with the water and it's trickling all over. This is where you bring the symphony of sound healing. While they're doing that, these frequencies are going through the water. They're touching the cells. that information is actually being brought into their bodies because you've already worked um, on their circulation. Therefore, those cells are up there and they're like, "Ooh, I want this. Ooh, I like this." And then, boom, you hit them with nanocurrency. Boom, you hit them with energy. You hit them with your hand that you are giving all that energy to. And that person changes. That person changes. It's my biggest, my best compliment is when you hear them snoring, and you hear them snoring, all right? And when you do, you got to think how trusting they feel, how safe they feel, how their body has actually taken that energy, processed it, and said to them and everything that's around them, "You're safe." This
Mm-hmm.
is me. I'm not talking because I'm supposed to be quiet. I'm not talking. So it's them, it's that energy around there, around them, that is allowing them that moment to feel safe. How amazing. And then you have the spiritual massage, right? Pertaining
Mm-hmm.
to sound healing. We're talking about sound healing. So you have the spiritual massage, but you also have cellular massage, not muscular. No, it's cellular. So we're talking a lot of energy. And don't get me started on red light therapy, because that, feeding the mitochondria the way that it does, and the alchemy that happens in the body and then goes into the spiritual, I can't. It's it is a dawn of a new era for us,
Mm-hmm.
workers as well as estheticians, but it is also, I want us to pioneer and reshape the future of beauty because, okay, so we're all beautiful. We've been talking about from the 70s how beautiful we are, right?
Right,
We
right.
believe we're beautiful.
We're,
We look at
we are. We
gorgeous,
are.
and
We
we
are.
are, and we are.
Exactly.
So now our job is to help us and others feel beautiful. Now
Mm-hmm.
they need to feel beautiful.
Exactly.
That's what they need.
They because they feel beautiful, it will emanate, it will glow, it will just pour out.
Exactly.
So
And that's what the book is about. I call them out. Like I said, I'm gonna get, oh, I'm
yeah, I could see so many
oh, I'm gonna get it.
Reiki practitioners.
Oh, I'm
Ooh.
gonna get it.
I am so glad that yes, I teach the chakras, but I keep telling them these are just point of reference for
Well,
you who has to, right, for you to know. But when I got taught, the, it was just the whole chi. That's it. The
yeah,
key,
it's
the
just
key,
cheap.
whatever.
And I don't remember ever reading that Dr. Usui had a printer or an Epson or a
No.
Canon next to him to
No.
give anybody a diploma, you know?
Right. And I also know that he only taught one person at a time.
One
They
person.
had to go with them,
Correct.
practice. So it
Correct.
was a dedication.
Yes.
And the only reason he taught was because he got ordered to teach.
Yes, exactly.
Not
Exactly.
not because he really wanted to
No, no,
share
no.
at that moment. So
That was his decree. Here you go. This is what you got to do now, dude.
yep, yep,
You can't get out of it. So he had
exactly.
no choice. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get a lot of slack. Now, in the book, I do explain the Western versus
Yeah,
the Eastern.
right.
They're really, it's just They're two different things, but they still do the same thing.
Yeah.
It still works. It still works
Mm-hmm.
because the two main components that Reiki runs with is love and compassion. And no matter what energy healing modality you're using, even when we ask the Arcturian friends to come and help, there
Mm-hmm.
is still love and compassion, or they would not be parked
No.
up where you're at to do any of their healing. They would not do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about love and compassion, that frequency. So yeah,
And authenticity, right? Authenticity.
authentic.
Because if you're authentic, your frequency is higher because you have shed that ego part. Even though there is a good time for it to have ego, but not when you're doing healing work.
No,
You got to take yourself out of it, get out of your own way, and let things just do what it needs to get done.
correct. You
So,
want to do that, and that's exactly what you want because
mhm,
just the fact that you have people that it's not by chance that they come and make an appointment with you. It's not. There are so many people out there that do what I do.
mhm,
So when they come to my office, I'm like, oh, wow, I feel great that, yeah, they're coming. But then I realize, oh, this is the reason why they're here. This is it. This is what we're
mhm.
looking at. This is what we're looking at. Um, and can anybody do it? I think so. I think so. I think so. We just have to be authentic on the
Mhm.
delivery, and it starts being authentic with yourself.
Mhm. Very true. Very true. So, just curious, how long did you think your book was going to be?
I thought my book was going to be like 150, maybe 100 and
Yeah, your team is laughing. Just so you know,
yeah, they of course they're like
they're
you.
they're they're laughing, and the next one is don't even think it's going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, and I was already told that this book is going to be the premise of a class
right,
that I'm going to be teaching over at the spa. And the spa. I have two rooms at the spa. I have the main room, which is a huge room.
right.
I want I wanted to have space for people to come with their wheelchairs and
Hmm.
for them to have that space. And then the other room is a lot more like a classroom. And then we move on to whoever is going to get the healing. Um, and I'm going to tell you, I've every time I try to change the idea of that second little room, I just get hit on the head. No, that's not going to work. I had it rented. And the lady calls me the next day. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, this is going to help me with the rent. No. Oh, I'm so
Hmm.
sorry. I can't do it. I think you really should think about, teaching. I'll come to your class. I'm like, okay, all right. If that's what you want.
Hey, I've tried to give up this spiritual center a few times. You know that.
Yes,
And I get a 2x4 over the head. Like, nope.
that's exactly what.
Then you better figure out the rent and know the expenses, mister.
Yep, yep, yep. And that's what happened to me. I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
God,
Yeah,
why can I
because you
rent
you
this
were
space?
like you were you told me like you graduated and boom, there it is. I'm going to go see what? Like,
Yep.
and so
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. And
yeah,
the the facial that I sell the most is the energy healing facial. That is the one I want to do other things. So yeah, I'm doing that, but I want to can I do some nano needling with some stem cells, please? Or some microdermabrasions, or how about some dermaplaning? No, no. I just need the energy healing facial. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Hey, that's what it is. And
That's why I need a whole weekend because you guys.
exactly that you need a whole weekend. Girl, everybody needs a whole weekend. It's yeah, because I combine. I also bring in the shamanic
Right.
um,
Shamanic.
side
Yeah.
of things. So just the other day, I had a young lady that her chakras were like all over the place,
Mm.
and I'm like, well, what have you been doing? What's going on? And oh, I went to get my bands of power installed, but halfway through, the practitioner said that she couldn't finish it, and she just left in a hurry. I was like, ooh, okay. Did she tell you why? She goes, no, but I've been feeling like crap. And, so we did the facial, but as you're doing the facial, those energies are talking to you. They're
Right.
saying what it is that's going on, why it's going on. So I explained to her what was happening. It was just unfortunate that there's nothing to blame here. It was
Right.
an unfortunate tangent that happened, right? Um, and I finished them for her. And today, of all days, she texted me that she's on her way to Japan for a month.
Ooh.
I was
Ooh.
like, girl,
Uh, do I fit in the luggage? I don't know about you, Mary, but I definitely fit in the luggage. I could be, I carry on. I could squeeze in there.
girl, don't tell me twice. Now that I've lost 31 pounds, I can fit.
Uh-huh.
I'll stick myself somewhere in there. Maybe a garment, one of those garment bags.
Yeah, that's it. Just very stiff. Make
And
sure
I'll just,
you.
yeah, hang myself. I just put myself on. Oh, yeah. Oh, I would. I would so much. But yeah, and this is what I've been doing with the passing of my bestie, Jay. That hit me hard.
Mm-hmm.
My soulmate, which is Nico. He is my soulmate, because my twin is living with me now. Since we were kids, we've been together since we were children. Um, and
You can't get rid of you.
he can't. He can't. He can. It's just no, it's not gonna happen. We even eat the same foods. Um, I like my meat charred. When I eat meat, I have to be
Right.
in the mood for it. Um, uh, yeah, ugh. But you know, it's
Yeah,
like
it's got to be well, 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 well done.
gotta be dead.
Yeah, me too. Me
It's
too.
gotta be
I,
dead.
I don't want a good vet to just poke it and it comes back to life. No, no,
Oh,
no.
no, 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 no. But we even like the same foods. We often have the same dreams, um, which is amazing. It's we we were we were planning that this was our last tour, and we don't want it to be. We want to come back. We want another series. I had said that. I had said that like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't want to come back again. I don't want to do this. I serve my time.
Hmm.
No,
Well, yeah, I'm coming back too.
no, I'm coming back. You too?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. And
Grandkids,
same thing.
grandkids.
Yeah, grandkids. Exactly. I'm gonna have grandpuppies. I'll have grandpuppies because mine
Uh,
don't want any. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll come back as tourists this time.
yeah, it's just, come back and just visit everywhere and like Susie did, go all over the place.
That's it. Served our time, and now it's fun time.
Hmm.
Howdy doody
Hmm.
time. That's
Hmm.
what it is.
Does anybody have any questions or comments before we let Mary continue?
Yes,
Okay, Suze.
I I just um I just think it's fascinating because oh God, I'm talking and come on in. Anyway, it's the fact, like I started modeling like uh 57 years ago, which is thank you, Titan. Which is right after I had a I got my fashion design degree, and then I had a death experience. But I have modeled for all this time, 57 years, and people go, that doesn't go with spirituality. Like facials don't go with spirituality, But you know what I'm saying? I mean, what we do here is we take papaya and put it all over our face before we
correct.
get in the shower because we
Yes,
got it, and
yes.
I make all my I had some skin cancer, so I make my own makeup with,
Yes.
it's just everything's organic, everything. And it's just, I just love that you've found a life doing this. I just think it's awesome.
Thank you.
Really, really, really very cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, I mean, there's every I have my pestle and mortar
Hmm.
right next to me, right behind me, and they hear my bird is going to start singing now. Um, you know how my birds are. Uh, so I get calendula, roses. I get the um, all the herbs that I need. I get coffee. I
Hmm.
use cacao nibs, all those beautiful things, and manuka honey with a nice antioxidant. Usually, it is green tea and centella. So I put them all together. I make my own hyaluronic acid because I don't like to put anything in it other than water and hyaluronic acid because that's what it is. And I'm there, you know, turning it, you know, and they hear it. The client hears it and they're like, "What is that?" And they open up their eyes, they look back, and oh, I'm doing your serum. And they're like, "Oh, what are you putting?" And then based on their astrological sign, because I have them fill that out before, I look to see what was on the first house when they were just born, and
Hmm.
I'll get what belongs there. I get the tuning fork at the precise or the best or closest hertz that either they're in calcination or whatever it is that they're in. Because of that, I use the sound bowls for that hertz or that frequency, as well as the tuning forks, and then you know the aromatherapy that belongs to, let's say for me, a Leo, right?
Right, right.
um, it all works together, and then based on the skin analysis that we go in really deep, and then we get their spiritual entourage. That spiritual entourage, you gotta listen to them. If even if you're going by the birth chart and you want to put that calendula in there and they tell you stop, don't
Hmm.
use calendula, why don't you use marshmallow root instead, or licorice root? Why don't you do
Hmm.
that? You gotta listen.
Yep.
Gotta step aside. You know, one of the things that I'm going to be teaching from the book is, before you start, yeah, everybody did a great job saying you have to create your sacred space, but you also have to tell everyone that you're inviting to every one of your sessions. You
Hmm.
take your ego out of the way and let them handle your hands and your understanding, your spiritual understanding. Because if you don't do that, you're still an ego. You're still not authentic. You're still not using what it is that they're telling you. And then at some point, they're going to do this. well, she doesn't listen, so why am I even going to say anything? So when I say that we have to be in authenticity, we also have to work in authenticity. We also have to go and before we even pick any of the flowers, anything, any herbs that you're going to pick, you need to make sure that it's okay. You need to ask for permission. You need to thank them and give something in return. So there's a lot, there's a lot that goes on in that room. Um, but the what is the most important is when you allow yourself to work authentically, then it's flawless. It's flawless. You don't have to, well, we don't speak. Everything is quiet. Everything is that ASMR that everybody talks about. Everything is quiet. There's no sound other than when we do the breath work. They listen. We do the aromatherapy, get them going. We do that several times because it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that the authenticity is the biggest thing. Like I said, I'm gonna get a lot of slack, especially for the authenticity part, because
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of ego out there,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and we're done with ego. It's we should finally put it to rest and let it do what it's supposed to do. Its real job, not what not right now. It has imposter syndrome. We have given ego imposter syndrome. We have allowed that. We need to let that go.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Okay. So what else would you like to share with us?
What else would I like to share? Well, I started making my own music for the spa as well, for the work that I'm doing.
Good.
Um, I am updating the Reiki for Children. I'm actually doing a second, it's still Reiki level 1, but for a little older audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much needed. It's not so much coloring, but it's uh, deconditioning or unconditioning,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and giving them the power back to discern what is right and what is wrong. This does not heal you, right? What does is talking with people, sharing your energy, moving frequencies around. So I'll be doing that as well. And of course, I am, after these 3 years of my my friend's passing, I am now able to sit down and go back to teaching. So,
And next, I'm sorry.
uh,
I've been having a tickle.
oh no,
Yep.
that is terrible, but it's funny. Says the one that laughs when people fall. I can't help it. When I just see people fall, I just
You laugh at funerals. Come
I
on.
yeah, I never find out that my family dies until a month later. They call me, oh, did you know that your uncle died? I'm like, when? He just died. He did last month. My uncle,
Oh my God.
my godfather Orlando. You saw I put it
Yeah.
on
Yes.
on my Facebook. That was a month ago. I can't help it. But the thing is that you see them
And then you talk to them. I
and
know.
then you talk to them and then they are very funny. They have
Mhm.
they're they don't have that human um seriousness anymore.
Nope. and they let it all hang out.
Girl, that is where the dirtiest jokes come from. I mean, it is. It's like, and then you end up,
And
you,
you're trying to go, you sit all the way in the back. I do. I have to sit all the way in the back, and everybody's like, "Your family." Well, it's okay. It's okay.
no, it's all right. No, I can't.
Because you're going like this.
And then they always want you to go to the freaking casket.
I know.
No, you know what happens there. It's no. It's like, and you like I every time I go to the casket, don't you dare. It's like stay away. I'm just looking at the body. Stay away. I'm just looking at the body. And no, that's not what happens. No, no, they're right there next to you. Oh, I don't
And
like
they're
being.
talking about everybody in the family.
Oh,
Have you seen the way she looks today? And you're like,
yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, it is the funniest thing. And then my favorite part is I never knew it was like this. Why didn't people tell me this? And I'm like, what did you want? Why do you want the fun to be spoiled?
mm-hmm,
Why do you
mm-hmm,
want that?
mm-hmm.
Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your freedom. But no,
Exactly.
and forget it. Once you start laughing, you got the next one's gonna laugh, and the next one's gonna laugh, and then more dirty jokes, and yeah, no.
The dirty jokes are really bad.
Yeah, yeah. My mom. I could see my mom going, my aunt Chia. She was right there in front of me. It was your traditional Cuban funeral. My
Hmm.
aunt Chia was right in front. They sit the family in these big recliners, a row
Yes.
like this and a row the other row in front
Yeah.
for the evening, so you could stay there all night with the body.
Right.
Why, I don't know. She's not there anymore, but okay,
I I
it,
know.
we're not there. So
We're not.
my aunt's eyes were this big. This is a person that does not look at anything, all right?
Hmm.
Her eyes were this big, and she tells me, "Don't look, don't look, don't look." And I'm like, "Why? What's going on?" She says, "Just don't look." And I look, and here's my mom going from flower arrangement to flower arrangement. That is her. She wanted to know who did not
Who
send
did?
her any flowers. Okay? She went through each and every one of them. I heard the next day that the one person that did not send her flowers did not have a good night that night because
See,
they
that
could
would
not
be
sleep.
that would be me. I'll be haunting all of them. I have my list, man. I have my list
Have your,
already. I'm already getting ready.
oh
I
yeah,
have my list,
oh yeah.
and some will get 24/7 for a while, and some maybe just a minute or two, just to let them know I'm there.
I
But
yes,
you know,
yeah.
we have to.
I need
But
to.
that's how we realize that spirituality, the galactic beings, science, this 3D world, all is really interconnected. We
Everything.
just we have been taught to separate everything.
Separation, separation.
And it's crazy, like you and I, we should say our team, but our team consists of everything, everyone. Could be an ancestor, could be a galactic being, could be a Arcturian, could be this, could be that, could be an angel, could be whatever.
Yes.
Or just a being that we still haven't identified what it is.
Yeah, we
And
don't
you and we don't have to. They give us direction. They basically still leave us to our free will, but like I always tell everybody, there's only one archangel that I ever listen to, and that's Archangel Gabriel. But besides that one, all the other ones get a why would I want to do that? And they're looking at me like,
yeah, I think it would
yeah,
behoove you too.
yeah,
That was the last sentence I got. I think, Mary, you would be hooved to, okay?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that everything is interconnected, because we forget. We don't wear batteries, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't come home at the end of the day and plug ourselves to the wall. We don't fill up with gasoline. So what keeps us alive? What keeps us alive? It's not that the heart just goes on itself. Oh yeah, chocolate. But it isn't that, oh, because the heart. No, 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 no. When we were made, the first thing
Mm-hmm.
that went into our nostrils was what? Breath,
Air. Right.
air. So if we understand that what keeps us alive are atoms that are smart and intelligent. Atoms are not only around us, they're in us. They are part
Mm-hmm.
of us. There is a greater intelligence that is connected to our spirit, that is
Mm-hmm.
connected to our spark. Much bigger intelligence. And once we get a hold, once we stop looking out there for something that's here, okay, that's always been here, once we stop doing that and we start looking at what we have here, we start understanding that spiritual science are the same. They go hand in hand, because we are the most beautiful scientific creation that the Creator has ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And what is around us is also His creation. So His creation is helping, his creation is helping what He created to stay alive. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
when we let go of the body, because the body can't do anymore, we don't die. It just doesn't really happen. We continue at a different address with um, a different look. It's just that this body has too much going on for it to really understand and decipher. And yeah, we get glimpses of ghosties here or there that we call ghosties. We get glimpses, we get information. Most of it is by dream, most of it is by channeling, but you have to be in that energy
Mm-hmm.
to receive it. You have to be there. When we start understanding that we are connected not only to each other, we are connected to the divine and the creation of the divine in all the sense of the word. That's when we are able to say, oh, holy cow, I better, I better behave as such, because I don't want to get anybody mad. And you think about it and you're like, well, what makes me live? The perfect circumstances that the Creator has provided us.
Mm-hmm.
So you take the holistic esthetician, you take that she's working with electromagnetic fields, with mitochondria, with touch, with energy healing. You put all that together, you are talking to God when you're working with someone, because that is His creation. And because that is His creation, guess what? You are you're working with them. You're talking to them. You're you're discussing things with them. You are you're just being part of that. So you are already included. You are already interconnected. It's just amazing. Just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, Mary, thank you.
Thank you.
It's time to go. One more time, give your information to those in the chat. And if anyone wants to find Mary, she's everywhere, people. She really is. She's worse than me. Okay, everybody thinks I have a lot of links. She's got more than I do. But I just want to say thank you, Mary, and thank you to everyone that was here, and everyone that watches this whenever you do catch up. If you want to, again, if you want to watch any of the previous shows, just go to Conscious Awakening Network and sign up to uh, see the Cosmic Conversation section. It does not cost anything. There is a button now right in the website where it says Cosmic Conversation, and that's where you go. All you need to do is set up an account with your email address and your name. So you will receive emails, of course, about other stuff, not just this. But hey, you'll be able to watch all the other shows, all the other activations, all the other great guests that we have brought to you. So I just want to say thank you. And as always, we love you all. Bye.
Bye bye, everybody. Big hug.